Hey YouTubers, Linda here. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Many years ago when I was very young, I was married. I was kind of a child bride. I was 15 when I got married. My husband was 5 years older. The marriage lasted 12 years and was filled with all types of abuse. But there was a very strong love. As strange as that sounds, a very strong love between my husband and I. In 1987, because of the abuse and because I feared for my life, I left and I got a divorce. Years later, about 13 years later, 14, 15, something like that, my ex-husband moved back to Oklahoma where I was because he wanted to be near our children. And I helped him to get on his feet so that he could live near the children because I felt that would be a good thing for him and a chance for them to, have a relationship with him because he didn't visit them, but maybe at the most he had visitation with them like once a year. I tried then, and I tried numerous other times after that to befriend him, and I thought that, sometimes ex-husbands, ex-lovers, whatever, make really good friends. And I was not saved at that time, but I saw potential for a good friendship with someone we had shared a history, and I still cared very deeply what happened to him. Those attempts didn't end well, mostly for the reason that he wanted me to go back to him and I couldn't. But I tried numerous times. But in 2008, I felt very strongly led in my spirit to send him a Bible. And he was an alcoholic. So I sent him a 12-step Bible. I just left it at my daughter's house, and she gave it to him. And I put a letter in there that I felt very led to write this letter and say, please forgive me for any time I've ever hurt you. And I remember that I wrote something in the letter about God's Word bringing me so much peace. And I never heard from him after I did that. Of course, I live in Texas now. On Sunday, August 1st, he died very suddenly. And I can't put into words how bad grief has been. And I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys that if you love someone or have ever loved someone who's addicted to drugs or alcohol, do whatever you can to stay in contact with them. Even if, as addicts usually do, they push you away from getting very close to them, and it's because it makes them feel. And a lot of addiction, maybe all addiction, is driven by fear. It's fear-based. And addicts and alcoholics can appear at times very unloving, but they're generally not. They actually do love. They just can't, they can't handle the intimacy of relationships. And they will push you away so they don't have to feel. It's one of the reasons they drink and get high, so they don't have to feel anything. One of the things you'll notice with addicts and alcoholics is they're not afraid of dying. They're not afraid of killing themselves slowly, and most of them actually want to die because they want to be free from the addiction, so they kind of have a silent death wish. And he definitely was not an exception to that. What they really fear is living, because it means feeling, and they don't know how to deal with the feelings they already have. Most of them have great pain and sorrow and guilt and usually abuse somewhere in their past. I think a lot of them drink and get high to numb that pain, and there's great loneliness in their lives. And what really hurts me the most is that my ex-husband was so lonely and so broke at the end of his life, and there were so many things I wanted to do for him, and I thought that there was so much more time. And I think we have this silent belief that oh, someone that I loved could never die without me having some kind of warning. Let me tell y'all something. Death doesn't owe notice to anyone. And if you get a notice, you're really lucky. And I think probably being led to send him that Bible and that letter was my notice, and I didn't recognize it for that because there was so much going on in my life at that time. I had run out of work, and I was so burnt out from the last 4 years I had worked, and then I moved, and then I almost became homeless. I mean, all this stuff was going on, and it kind of got pushed to the back burner. I had no idea. I had no idea that his time was going to run out, and his birthday was in May, and I didn't even send him a card. And a lot of people would say, well, he beat you up for 12 years. You didn't know him anything? No, I didn't know him anything, but I loved him. And, there's a book called Adult Children of Alcoholics, and it tells you that, with alcoholics, sometimes the best you can do is choose the time that you spend with them and try to, spend time with them when they're not drinking and whatever. And I just want to say that if you can't love them up close, love them from a distance, but keep showing your love to them somehow, some way. I wish that I had sent him cards and gifts, and I just wish that I'd stayed in contact with him, because I found out that the other people close to him, most of them had completely just cut him off. And he was disabled, and he could barely walk at the end of his life, and I can't imagine how hard just even getting up and getting dressed every morning was for him. And yes, he was drinking. He had tried to stop so many times. He'd gone into rehab, I don't know how many times. But I think the pain was just too great. The guilt that he felt over everything that he had done. And I don't remember if I preached the gospel to him, and even though maybe he would have rejected it, but did I do that? Did I remember to do that? What if I didn't? What if no one did? I don't know. I just want to make this video and say, if you love someone like that, I don't care how far back in your past they are, I don't care what they've done to you, don't wait. Do not wait. Do not wait another second. Don't wait another day. Don't let a week, a month go by that you don't do something to confirm your love to them. Because we don't know how long they have. And I would have never dreamed he would have been taken at 55. It's so fast. It happened within days. He had an infection set in because he fell, and he broke his hip because he couldn't walk. And in the hospital, he got an infection, and then he died very quickly. And by the time I got to his bedside, he was already comatose. And I was there when he passed away. And my heart is just broken. Because now I can't go back. And I can't show him how much I cared. And even though they push us away, they're the people who need our love the most. And I prayed for him to be saved for 13 years. And I don't know if he was or not. Don't wait, y'all. Don't wait. Don't let this happen to you. Don't wait. Show them. Show them often. Don't stop. You'll be glad that you did. And that's what Jesus would do. You'll be glad that you did.